Hello, everyone. It's Michael Jaco coming to you from my other YouTube channel. So I was just on my one that won't allow me to do a Zoom meeting. Uh, can't figure out what that is. It's another little block that's happening. Went through all my controls in YouTube, but it's it shows me being able to do the stream, but it's not allowing me. So here I am on my other channel, backup channel, and we're still going to make it happen, guys. So we're still going to get information out there the best we can, sharing and keeping each other informed. So Newsome announced his plan to loosen California's lockdown requirements amid recall pressure. So the pressure's on Newsome. That's what we do. We put pressure on these guys, and they stop their shenanigans so that we can, get back to a normal lifetime. Normal, never again. We're going to higher levels of consciousness, so we're never going to allow this again. Newsome recall petition reaches 1.9 million signatures with 2 weeks left, say organizers. So they need 1.5. They got 1.9, and it's going to just wreck Newsome. He's out at the end of the month. Newsome said the state will set aside 40% of its vaccine doses for hard-hit communities. With more vaccines online administered, California is now in a position to take steps toward ending this pandemic by keeping our guard up and by vaccinating those Californians most at risk and most exposed. Of course, that should be up to you guys, whether you get that vaccination or not. It is right now, and we want to keep it that way. Although in Israel, it's mandatory now. We never want that mandatory. And the only way we keep it from not being mandatory is we say no. All right. So people want that vaccination with all the information that's out there about that vaccination, that's up to them. All right. So, Southern California counties across the state will be cleared to open more businesses and lift other restrictions sooner than anticipated under a new plan announced by Newsome. He's trying to, do damage control because people are pushing back on him very hard, and it's not going to help him. Speaking of pushing back on someone very hard, Cuomo's top advisors changed COVID-19 report on nursing home death. So now state officials are saying more than 15,000 residents. So they were saying up to 15,000. Now more than 15,000 residents of nursing homes and other, because I've been putting this out, other long-term care facilities. And these are people with mental problems, other types of problems, birth defects and so forth that are basically become wards of the state. They've been trying to eliminate them as well, guys. And so this is going to come back and hammer everyone involved in it. And of course, Cuomo, not only the nursing home deaths scandal is going to bring him down, but also all of the other manipulations, sexual misconduct that he's being charged of right now is coming at him. So lots of different people coming out about that. It's probably hundreds. This guy's super creepy. And that's going to really take him out of action, take him out. So we're seeing more and more people on both sides of the political spectrum, all across the board, are coming out and taking these guys down. So yeah, Loudon, my daughter was required to take the vaccine to work. That's crazy, right? So I wouldn't work there. I wouldn't do it. So I've had a couple of trips that I've canceled because they were saying that I had to get tested. I won't allow them to be even testing me. So check this out. The White House lawn has smoke coming out of it.
Oh my God. Smoke coming out of the ground.
So he's videoing this on a phone because a lot of these videos get taken down very quickly. And this is from someone's personal account. So you can video someone's personal account, like you guys can take my stuff and share it as long as you're not making money off of it or whatever, I guess. And so it's no problem to take other people's information and share it.
Unbelievable. Okay, go on to the next one. We're in front of the Trump Hotel, and there is no traffic now. They said The hotel told me people are arriving this morning because the third is almost full. So let's go up a little bit to here. There's some traffic. So when you get away from the White House, wow, there ain't no traffic. That's live camera. 8th Street, Connecticut. And then we're supposed to have this big whoop-tee. Let's see, over here, we're going to this side of the White House, which should be the western side of the White House.
Nothing else is coming up, Bill. I can't pull anything else up.
There's not a car on the road. No hotels are filling up. All this hope porn. We don't know what's going on. So let's get here.
So whatever was supposed to be going on now isn't going on. You know, I've been saying it for a while. Don't get hooked on dates. You know, whoever puts this out there, whether it's coming from the black hats or the white hats, to confuse the black hats, who knows at this point. But it's back and forth right now. So this is an indicator. The indicators are that you know about the corruption now. See, I've known about the corruption for decades, but it wasn't public. So now it's all public. It's completely being disclosed. So that's one indicator that things have changed radically, guys. So let's go forward and look at some more pictures of smoke coming out of the ground.
Holy crap. Gun bills, if they're not in the White House or the home. We a friend sent us videos that are not coming yesterday. Unbelievable. We don't know where the smoke's coming from, but it's just bubbling out of the ground. There's no manhole covers there. There's no vent covers. It's just smoking. And there's somebody in front of the White House, but nobody's in the White House. Look at that smoke coming barreling. We don't know what it's from.
There might be a manhole. We don't know.
No, but we looked close up. There was no manhole there. So something's happening. No, she did a focus on another video. Okay, that's done. So we're going to take a look. This is
all right. So it doesn't look like things are moving along with this inauguration thing that everybody was putting out. Definitely some smoke coming out of there. Of course, don't forget about my hooking into my courses. Build your own intuition. All the courses I have. Basically, a lot of you, thousands and thousands and thousands of you, have jumped in here. And every month there's people completing courses in the hundreds and sometimes thousands. So great place to go. The market basically is bouncing back today. It's been taking some hits, especially the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was well over, I think it's down like 1,000, something like that. So you're going to see a little bit of a bounce, I believe, because it's been down so hard. Investors may have a buy signal as these big tech stocks have dropped up to 32% in only 3 weeks. So is it a dead cat bounce? I think it might run a little bit higher. This is going to be a buying opportunity for me to basically go in and get some options and put options because I was going to do those earlier, and for whatever reason it didn't happen. So Greg Manarino, he is just disclosing big time on the market. Excellent guy.
40 years, 39 years, I want to be exact here. Again, it's incredible what we're seeing. We're losing jobs every week, hundreds of thousands, net loss. So you tell me, how do they pull off dropping the unemployment rate? It's amazing what they try to do, people. We are in free fall. There's no end in sight here. I mean, the economic news just keeps getting worse. But again, they're trying to convince you that what you're seeing is not real, something I've explained to you for like forever now. But it gets under my skin a little bit. It probably does to you too. The lies, the propaganda, the misinformation, the misdirection. Oh, no, we're adding jobs. Oh, no. But net, we're losing jobs on an epic scale. It's terrible. And this phenomenon is going to continue. We're not even close to bottoming out. Not even close to bottoming out. Anyway, let's go back to this market real quick. Stock futures are flat to slightly lower right now. Okay, all well and good. Are you looking at that 10-year yield? It continues to climb, people. But again, don't be surprised at what you're seeing here. I sincerely believe the Federal Reserve is playing a game. They ran an experiment on that 10-year yield to see what they can do, to make sure they can keep it in a very tight range. Then yesterday, we get Yellowstone with an inflation warning. There's no way in the world the man did not realize, it was done on purpose, that this would drive the bond market crazy, which it clearly did, all by design. Again, it's a very simple setup what he's trying to pull off. The Fed wants more control of the yield.
So where bonds go, goes the market. So the bonds are tattletelling. It's like a canary in the coal mine. So they're basically telling us that the market is going to collapse, right? I've seen this over and over again in every collapse. I always pull my money out. I don't have any money in stocks right now. All right, I got my stocks out a long time ago. If you still want to play this casino, that's up to you. But my warning, and I'm not an investment specialist. These are just Mike's ideas, Mike's opinions. My opinion is that better be careful. All right, another thing to be careful of, we're in a global cooling, not a global warming. We're in a grand solar minimum, right? And it's starting to pick up speed on the downside. All right, so multiple large earthquakes yesterday, close to New Zealand. Had some small tsunamis, not big ones, just 3-footers or something like that came in from that. But the earthquake activity and the volcano activity is really starting to kick. And this always happens in a grand solar minimum. So what's coming next week in snow?
Here's your Friday. And that snow is going to be moving into Washington State and the Northern Sierras by Saturday morning. And pretty much snow all day Saturday in the North Sierras. Take a look at that. While snow moves into the Four Corners region, specifically Colorado, little snow coming in Sunday to the Idaho region and western Montana, western Wyoming there. By Monday, it'll be kind of quiet. Tuesday, a little bit of second pulse here. Do you see that Monday, Tuesday pulse into the Northern Sierras there? Boom. As the storm moves south and brings more snow to the west.
So look down here, all the way down into Mexico, snow, all the way down into Mexico. All right, we're almost in spring. So look how much snow is spreading across the U.S. and it's going to continue.
A little clipper up there to Iowa and Wisconsin. Maybe a little snow in Nebraska. And this system mid-month here.
So as you can see here, Pennsylvania, pretty much all of Pennsylvania is getting snow. And this is the 15th, March 15th. So mid-month, almost springtime. We have where you see green is up into over a foot. So in parts of Philadelphia, you're getting a foot or more, right?
15th is going to bring.
So look how far it goes, all the way down into the mountains in North Carolina.
3 pulses to the northeast late in the models here. But this is showing snow in Philadelphia and South Jersey towards the end of March. So keep a close eye on that for you. AccuWeather just released its spring forecast. That a man in his 50s was killed after.
All right, so we're going to look at this. We're going to look at this lie. So you guys tired of the lies yet? All right, I've been putting out the truths for a long time, and we're going to continue to see truths coming out. You guys are going to start to get more truths. You guys are going to start to connect with more truths, and you're going to start to disassociate yourself with the lies. And when you start to let go of those lies, you start to focus on the truth and start to focus on creating the reality that we really want to manifest here on earth, that's when things really start to kick off.
By a car on a snowy high.
So think of this. So here we are going to move into a mini ice age, and we're taking down the dams. That's a good thing, right? Because what has happened during all of these downturns? What has happened into where we had major earth changes. I mean, major, like, probably most of the population was wiped out. So we see that people have gone into DUMBs in the past during some of these major 10,000 plus years ago, like when Atlantis fell and so forth, that people have gone into DUMBs and have existed in DUMBs. Now, were they military? No, they were basically civilians and people that basically went into them and survived. So now that we're taking down all these DUMBs, that the corrupt elite we're basically going to run into when we go deeper into this mini ice age and basically leave the rest of us on the surface. Now that leaves us with a possibility of going into the DUMBs, because in the rest of the world, guys, speaking from someone that's in the space program, they call it the secret space program, but it's not secret anymore. So I'm calling it the space program. In the space program, most of the worlds in our solar system and the rest of the galaxy, actually, most people live within their planets, right? So we'll probably see some more of that going forward, all right? And that's advanced species do that because it's safer. They can control, their environments better, and impacts from, other things and manipulations and so forth don't affect them down there.
Near Seoul, and a further 66 people have been taken to hospital, with more than 45 rescued from their cars after being trapped in a.
So this is 3 feet of snow in South Korea. So in almost in spring. So it's not getting warmer, guys. Definitely getting colder.
Accumulating global warming goodness. Thanks, Cap. Here we can see the total snow mass for the Northern Hemisphere, excluding the mountains, still above multi-decadal averages by 500 gigatons. That's quite a bit, by the way. And thanks to.
So now look at this running average right here. So you can see back to 79. We got a little peak back here in 1998. And then they keep, screaming global warming. As you can see, it kind of peaked out and went down. It's here in 2020 and 2021. As you can see right here, it's getting ready to drop dramatically again. So into next year is when this really starts to kick in, and it's going to go down into what we saw in the modern minimum ice age, little mini ice age. We're going to see that again soon.
Dr. Roy Spencer, we have the UAH satellite base temperature of the global lower atmosphere for February, and it's in 0.2 degrees above normal, above the 30-degree multi-decadal average back into 91, showing no global warming whatsoever. Now, let's get into some more seismicity, and we just closed a pretty important tab here. Do a dab. Dozens of earthquakes occur over 45 minutes at Oregon's Mount Hood. What caused them? Well, the earth shifting. Duh. Geologists investigate earthquake swarm beneath Oregon volcano. Oh, didn't we just talk about an earthquake swarm underneath Mount Rainier? Yes, we did. What in the world is happening? Well, I'll tell you what's happening. You're living the next grand solar minimum and magnetic reversal in real time. So let's walk you through it.
So great stuff.
At 25 knots to the.
Great stuff from the Oppenheimer Ranch project. I've watched his work for a long time. Highly recommend you keep an eye on his work. Etna volcano. This is the 9th time within the last couple of weeks that this has blown, and it's going up to 36,000 feet. So things are going to get more active as we move deeper into the grand solar minimum, guys. So you need to keep your eye on some of this stuff. I've been predicting that California is going to get hit pretty good here pretty soon. Bill Clinton, Bagman. So the pedophilia, speaking of pedophilia stuff, and then we'll end it here. Clinton, Bagman, Doug Band provides evidence to feds investigating ties to Epstein, Madame Ghislaine Maxwell. So the timing of Band's interview was a bit confounding. It landed a week after his juicy tell-all Newsweek report. But of course, they're going to continue to expose. As we see here, he's in Clinton's inner circle. Much has been made of the fact that Hollywood stars Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker were also on that trip with Bill Clinton to Pedophile Island. I think he's made something like 30-something trips there. But it is likely the four of the guests who were of interest to federal prosecutors. So Doug Mann is basically working with federal prosecutors now. So what happens with that? Davies, though not underage, was another of Epstein's victims. And she would eventually recruit her younger sister for the pedophile and grew closer to Clinton on the trip, as evidenced by a photo of her provocing the former leader of the free world with a shoulder massage during an airport layover. So we've seen all of these different things, and here's the evil family right there. And of course, they're being exposed, and I think some of them are already gone. So that's what's going on, guys. That's the way things roll now. Let's do a nice little meditation. I got a nice little meditation drum I'm going to use a little bit. So you guys take in nice deep breath. And as you take it in, release any tension. Take it in, build it up, build it up. Now take in another deep breath. Build it up. All the tension you might have still left. Build it up, build it up. Now let it go. And imagine a golden ball of light around you. This light is healing and protective, like quinine and zinc that somebody just put in the chat. It's protective, helps you. You don't need the bump in the arm if you're, doing good preventative stuff. All right. So close your eyes. I'm gonna play a little drum for you guys, and I want you guys, as you're meditating on the drum, imagine a better world, a world of truth, integrity, and all of the lies and manipulation stopping. My little drum. When real men meditate, that's correct. Because when we meditate and we focus on the things that we want to manifest, we're going to manifest them. So hope you guys got a lot out of this. As we move forward, just be aware that, the deep state trickery is going to be a lot of it going forward. We've been seeing that our whole lives, in the school system, the political system, and so forth. There's a few truthers that come out and try and spread information, but as you see now, truthers are suppressed, and it's hard, to keep this consciousness going during this time frame. I don't find it hard, and I hope that you guys don't find it hard. But it's hard to get people, to really focus on love and the positive things that can come from that focus. All right. Anything less basically is a distraction, and also debilitating for you in manifesting, and also in your mental health and your physical health. So always stay in that love vibration, and lots of love to you guys. And I will see you this afternoon Jay Campbell and I are going to have a little show together at 4. And then at 5, we have some very interesting guys. I had dinner with them last night, had some sushi together, and we were talking. We're going to talk about how the deep state manifested from the Nazis basically infiltrated Operation Paperclip. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Project Bluebeam and a lot more. And that show will be at 5. That show will be, unfortunately, behind the wall in Optimized Tribe. Of course, I have the links if you want to get in there and join us for that. All right, lots of love.